Whoa, get this set up here. What's up, everybody? Yeah. Welcome to the Mike Dolce Show. Today, we're talking about carb cycling, how to lose fat and gain muscle. What? That's right. I feel like we moved the table, we moved some stuff around here so the camera, the lighting is a little bit off, but do not worry, the content is more valuable than anything else. Now, carb cycling, what does that mean? Many of us have an idea. Joe Blogs, you're first. Many of us have an idea of what we think carb cycling is, but it's not really what you heard it was from the bodybuilder bro. Uncle Mike is going to tell you exactly how to carb cycle before the end of this quick video. We're going to be quick today. That's not what she said. So, carb cycling essentially is your ability to fuel your body well enough that you can perform at very high rates while not overfueling to the point that you spill over and store the additional energy as fat. Makes sense? So you're filling your gas tank just enough to get to where you have to go. And when you get there, you then have to refill the gas tank. That's the basic thought of carb cycling. Now, an easy way to carb cycle is to simply smash that like button. That's right, my friends. Bang, bang. Give this video a preemptive thumbs up as the content is well worth it. Also, it helps the YouTube overlords know that we are delivering compelling content to you, our amazing community. Now, how do we carb cycle? We understand. So when we carb cycle, we're basically ingesting high quality carbohydrates, digesting them, absorbing them, and then storing the glycogen from them into the muscle, primarily also the liver, but in the muscle. We're storing the glycogen in the muscle because glycogen converts to glucose, and that is the primary energy source for those very same working muscles, brain, and other areas of the body. Now, when we carb cycle, we want to put the glycogen where it needs to go. Let's say the biceps, legs, glutes, what have you. So you can go out and crush your workout. You can push yourself so hard, so far, hit a PR, and fall down in a heaving mess of accomplishment and literally have zero carbohydrate, zero stored glycogen left. You've completely expressed it. That's what we're trying to get to. But not so much that we spill over. Well, how do we do this? It's difficult to do on a hourly meal basis, right? It's hard to kind of target, digest, absorb, and store and expend carbohydrates. So we have to give ourselves a little variability here. This is where the carb cycle comes in. Now, those of you who are familiar with our 3 weeks to shredded program, that is a built-in concurrent carb cycle and calorie cycle. The carbs and the calories are working concurrently in a cyclical fashion during that 21-day extreme weight loss period. If you're interested, just go to thedolcediet.com for your own personalized 3 weeks to shredded online program. Those are concurrent carb and calorie cycles. This is where it's most effective. Now, you can carb cycle and not calorie cycle in that some people, this is a very effective form of dieting, is you can actually carb cycle peak and valley and fat cycle to keep calories static. What does that mean? That means as my carbs come up, my fat comes down. As my carbs go down, my fat goes up. So I'm still supplying, let's say, 3,000 total calories per day, although I might be removing 250 grams of carbs, which is 1,000 calories. I can replace that with 100 or so grams of fat, which is about 900 to 1,000 calories. That's just a little back context for you. So now I want to break down the exact carb cycle. How do you carb cycle? Well, there's a few different ways. If you think of a high day, a low day, and a medium day, right? High day of carbohydrate, let's make this simple, is 300 grams. And let's say for me, 215 pounds of sexiness, right? Let's say I'm taking in about 300 grams of carbs on my high day, though mine's a little higher. This is for easy math. 200 grams would be my medium day, and 100 grams would be my low day. Don't let the keto heads fool you. 100 grams of carbohydrate is sufficient to perform. It's more than 5 times what they suggest you consume in order to get into ketosis, which is less than 20 grams of carbs per day, which is less than one apple. The carbohydrate content of one apple will actually blow you out of ketosis. That makes no sense because we're looking to have 4 servings of fruit per day, even on our low carb days. When we hit these low carb days, these medium carb days, these high carb days, we want to time these days closely to levels of exertion or lack thereof. What does that mean? That means if I have my hardest training day of the week on Friday, I'm going to try and time my higher carb day on Thursday, the day before. I'm trying to stuff that glycogen, pack that glycogen, have that glycogen there. But I also know I will be performing high glycolytic activity, which will then express or utilize the majority of that stored glycogen, bringing my gas tank back down to near zero, which then urges my body to utilize stored fat more efficiently. Makes sense? As our fuel tank, let's say our carb glycogen fuel tank and our fat tank, as they kind of go up and down, I want to keep that carbohydrate tank half to zero, allowing that fat tank to slowly and consistently deplete. Now, again, it's easy to build your own simple carb cycle. If you take your base total caloric intake, what that might be for you, check the video tab on this channel. I've done videos on how many calories you should consume per day. I've done these videos so you can understand the best way to find a high net nutrient fulfilling diet for you that gives you all the delicious meals you enjoy while supplying all the necessary nutrition to live and thrive, not just survive. And then we can talk about how, your specific goal, MMA fighter, power lifter, bodybuilder, tennis player, marathon runner, stay-at-home mom, weekend warrior dad, whatever that might be. Very easy to make those last adjustments. Now, let's say you're consuming approximately a 3,000 calorie per day diet, which is slightly higher than maintenance, which can lead to the building of muscle tissue, not so much that you're going to spill over. With that, we want to find a proper carbohydrate intake for you. Now, everyone's a little bit different. Every human has a different response to carbohydrate. They have a different insulin response to carbohydrate ingestion. You have a different propensity to use carbohydrate more or less efficiently. So a lot of these things I discussed right now, they're general. But then you, in your infinite wisdom, you can actually drill down a little bit deeper and make it more specific to you. So in general, let's say your high carb day is 300 grams of carb per day. Your low carb day is 100 grams of carb per day. Medium is approximately 200. Easy math. The heavier you are, the farther out of shape you are, the leaner you're trying to be, you want to have slightly more of the low and medium days than you do the high days. The leaner you currently are, the more lean tissue you're trying to put on while keeping body fat relatively low, the more of the medium days you want to have. If you're simply just trying to add bulk, you're an extreme ectomorph, which some of you, 20% of the population falls into that category. You want to have more of the high carb days and 1 or 2 of the low carb where the medium doesn't really make sense. And this is much through experience. Also, I want you to experience smashing that like button. Bang, bang. Give this video a thumbs up, guys and gals. I do appreciate that. And the channel appreciates it too. So I'm watching. I don't see any yet. Where's the smashing of the like button? Hopefully this is in real time. There we go. I see it. I see the number go up. Thank you. I appreciate that. So here's a very simple carb cycle. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And this is someone who wants to get fucking shredded, right? Shredded. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, low carb. Thursday, high carb. Friday, low carb. or Saturday low carb, Sunday medium carb, and then back up to super low carb again, right? 3 low, 1 high, 1 medium, or 2 medium. That works really well. Having 3 of the low carb, and you could do it. You can go high, medium, low, high, medium, low. That's very common. Just kind of running that 3-day cycle. That's very common. Some people will do 2 low, 1 high, 2 medium, 1 low, 1 high. Think about that. So 2 low days, Monday and Tuesday. High day is Wednesday. Thursday is a low day. Friday is a medium day. Saturday is a high day. Bang, Sunday's back to low. You can run those also. There's so many different options, and it's really finding what's right for you, what your family schedule fits into. This matters also. You have your big family dinner, pasta night, chili night is on Friday. That fits. Make this stuff work, my friends. Excuse me. Make this work as a part of your normal life so then it sticks. If you try and force a nutrition lifestyle that doesn't work, it's not going to work, right? Quite simply. So make sure this stuff works for you. Now, let me answer some questions here because I just wanted to give you an overview in this video. Don't make it more complicated than it needs to be. And what are the carbohydrate sources? The basic ones, the cleaner ones, the real ones. White rice, white potatoes, sweet potatoes, quinoa, amaranth, oats. Excellent sources. And also from simple carbohydrates, which would be blueberries and strawberries and raspberries and watermelon and cantaloupe and apples and pears and oranges and all of those. We love fruit. I want lots of fresh fruit going through your life. Lots and lots and lots of fresh fruit. And that counts. That counts. Joe Blogs, Anthony. What's up, Anthony? Just got here. Dude, I was thinking about asking this. Awesome. Right on. Joe, coach, my face is getting too thin. My cheeks are sunken like Peter Cushing, but I still have to lose more fat because I still have moobs. Anyway, I can stop the face looking so gaunt. Well, Joe, number one, I would want to make sure you don't have any deficiencies, which is possible. I mean, it is possible that you're just losing weight and you see it in your face more than you are accustomed to. I always suggest you be under a doctor's care. You go discuss with your doctor the changes to your body, the lifestyle that you're following, get some blood work done, and make sure that there's no deficiencies or anything you need to be concerned about. But it's not abnormal on a weight loss program to see some changes to your face, to your skin. I spoke recently about the elasticity, how your fat cells shrink 1.5 to 2 times faster than your skin's ability to react and kind of shrink wrap to the smaller body. I mean, very similar in your face. That could be it also. Anthony Cruz, thumbs up all day. Well, thank you. And thank you everyone for giving this video a thumbs up. I appreciate that. It helps the channel as they say it does. We'll see what happens. Sonia, F you, Sonia. Good to see you. Muscle Car Pat, good morning. Ironhead, what's up from Laredo, Texas? Texas is in the house. I'm thinking about moving to Texas. Maybe Tennessee. I'm not sure. Texas or Tennessee is high on the list right now. Muscle Car Pat, I'm on the 12-week, 3 weeks to shredded plan. What's with all the green tea? Thanks for the content. Reg says green tea stimulates metabolism and is an anti-inflammatory. That is true, Reg. Also, green tea, 3 cups of green tea per day has a dramatic impact on fat loss. Dramatic impact on fat loss. Green tea is excellent. It's great for you. Those who can tolerate multiple cups of green tea per day, 3, and I'll do a whole video on this. I've done other videos and podcasts on this topic, but maybe it's time for a refresh for you guys. 3 cups of fresh brewed green tea per day is insane. I would never buy a fat burner. I just have 3 cups of green tea. Jesse, in fight camp now. We'll be using 3 weeks to shred it to be 145 October 30th, waking up at 155 now. This will be easy again because I follow the diet plan 100% and it works. Amen, Jesse Lee. Damn, right back to it, bro. No time off. Jesse's crushing it, ladies and gentlemen. Just killing it out there, competing, nonstop competing, cutting weight, making weight, winning fights, right back to it. While being a full-time worker, working full-time, hard-ass job, and being married with a brand new baby in the house. Not making excuses. Jesse Lee's getting it done. I'm proud of you, brother. Sal, bang, bang. Don't forget to hit that like button. Great info. Sal, I appreciate that. And thank you guys for hitting that like button. And thank you. That's very nice of you. Joe Blogs. What's up, Joe? Yep. Loshi. Sounds logical, right? Lazar. Just sped by here. I mean, what's up, Uncle Mike? How to get easier daily intake of zinc without supplements and overeating. Also, potassium. Are you having an issue eating? Like, cantaloupe is a great potassium-rich food. I love cantaloupe. I love raisins. Just raisins in my oatmeal goes a very long way. Do you have an issue eating foods, and have you noted a deficiency would be the question. So I'd like to know that first from you, Lazar. Do you have a specific deficiency that you've identified, or are you just trying to up these numbers here? Is off day from training 6 days a week the medium day? Is off day from training 6 days a week the medium day? Yes, it can be any day. I like to have on my off days from training, that's usually my lowest intake day, my lowest carb day, because I'm not expending as much energy. Our core, FU Dolce, I have interviews coming up, 5 rounds. 10-minute break each, plus a 1-hour lunch break for 6 hours. I get tired early. Any tips for my brain to function optimally in all the rounds? Thanks, Mike. I would definitely get up. I would get up and walk and move and breathe and stretch in between each one. I'd be well hydrated. I'd be eating simple sugars in the form of fresh fruit, no processed food, no fried food, no synthetic toxic chemicals dumped into your body at all. I'd be getting a solid 8+ hours of sleep every night. I'd be waking up early in the morning, getting 30 to 60 minutes of vigorous exercise, well hydrated before my day even started. I'd be doing all these things in the buildup to make sure I was ready to go for those interviews. She says, I feel like I could live off sweet potato and bananas only. Ooh, I hear you. Elijah, FU Dolce, hope you're having an amazing day. I am. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Very kind of you. Anthony, I started low intensity cardio on top of my workouts. Thanks, coach. My son rides his bikes and tries to catch up. That is awesome. Nothing better. Shredded, you say? I definitely do. Right on. Says lost 44 pounds last year by going healthy. Big fan. Keep them coming. I'm so happy to hear that. 44 pounds is no joke. If you lose 20 pounds and keep it off, you have changed your life dramatically. And you're down 44 pounds. Much, much respect. JP says, make me go to the bathroom a lot. Okay. Loshi, I've noticed the fat skin thing. When I shred down, my belly gets so flat and unchubby, but super wrinkly for a week. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And that's always a good sign. Hard to mentally deal with. It's a good sign. Sonia, would 1 cup of coffee and 2 cups have the same benefits if 3 cups of green tea? No, 3 cups of green tea plus 1 cup of coffee, that has dramatic benefits. And usually what I like when I'm optimal is usually like half a cup of coffee, a double espresso at another point, and then the 3 cups of green tea. That's kind of my ideal fat loss stack. Mike, do you usually go with reps or workout with time on rest? Been doing a lot of rounds of multi-joint movements, 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off, multiple rounds. Anthony, I love that. 45 seconds on, though, that's more metabolic conditioning. I'm also going to give myself at least 90 to 180 seconds. That's 1.5 to 3 minutes off in between some of my sets, usually those top end sets, and likely the first exercise of the day. I will pick, maybe it's the deadlift, maybe it's the overhead military press, maybe it's the weighted chin or the weighted dip or the safety bar front squat, Bulgarian split squat. Whatever that exercise is, I'm going to push it. I'm going to give myself a good 2 to 3 minutes to rest in between sets to make sure I have all the energy ready to go so I can get that extra rep or 2 with better form, right? I'm trying to stimulate hypertrophy, stimulate muscle growth. I'm trying to stay anabolic, right? That's the goal here, while also working on conditioning. So sometimes I'll have 1 or 2 workouts per week that are strictly focused on that type of rest cadence. And sometimes my workouts will be at a faster pace. Usually my main exercises are not slower, but usually it's I average about 2 minutes, maybe 2 minutes and 15 seconds right now rest between my top end sets. My bridge sets, my warm-up sets, I move a little faster. What would that mean? That's say like on standing overhead military press, I would do a 8 to 15 minute dynamic warm up myself, get the shoulders and everything going on and ready, a little bit of core. I would start with the barbell in the rack, 45-pound barbell for 20 reps. I'd rack that barbell. I'd put 25s on each side, maybe give myself about 45 seconds, and I do another 20 with 90 at 95 pounds. I would take those 25s off. I would put 45s on, and I would give myself about a minute. I would take the 45s off. I would put 20 pounds on each side for 175, and I do 12 to 15 reps at 175. Then I would take the 20 pounds off of each side. I'd put on maybe the 25 or the 35, so I get up to like 185 to 205, maybe let's say 190 or so, which would then become my bridge set. I hit 6 to 8 reps at around 190. And I give myself a solid 3 minutes now after that. And then I'd get into my work sets, which would be anywhere between about 205 and 260-ish, maybe closer to 250 right now. Those would be my work sets for sets of 4 to 8, depending on what I was doing. And that's the way I would kind of slowly bridge. So bang, I would hit that. Then what would I do after the standing overhead military? I might do some sort of wide grip upright row with dumbbells or kettlebells. I've been doing quite a bit. Maybe some sort of shrug motion, really continuing to train the shoulder girdle. When I would go relatively heavy, but probably 90 seconds to 2 minutes rest in between that. I'm going a little longer on this, guys. It'll be my last question here. Hopefully this is helpful so you can see how I space my rest in between. Main exercise, I take that full 2 to 3 minutes. I'm pushing. I'm hitting PRs. I'm hitting the PR. I'm hitting the PR on that first exercise. Second exercise, I'm still going relatively heavy in that 6 to 12 rep range, usually 8 or so, which is more ideal. And I'm taking about 2 minutes. I'm not trying to hit a PR. I'm trying to hit what I hit last time with better form. That's the way I look at it. From there, I might go into some heavy side lateral work, let's say, or heavy rear delt work. And then I'll finish with tricep work. So as I finish into the rear delts, side delts, I'll get, 30 to 60 seconds, a lot faster drop sets, punch, put a lot of blood in there. I don't care about bodybuilder shoulders or that. I got, well-rounded shoulders. If you've seen some recent photos of me, striations and all that stuff, I'm looking for healthy shoulders more than anything else, and complete shoulders, 360-degree musculature. And then hitting triceps where I'll slow things down again. Maybe I'll hit a JM press to start the tricep workout. Maybe I'll do some weighted dips, and that's usually in the 6 to 8 rep range. I like to train my triceps a little heavier on that first set, and I'll take the full 2 to 3 minutes again. And then slowly, maybe I'll hit a push down or, cross face, lying, dumbbell extension, tricep extension, things like that. So hopefully that's helpful. I gave you a little bit extra context on the end just to see how things are kind of broken out. Again, if you wanted to try the 4-week or the 12-week online person to your background, YouTube is trying to connect. Well, there we go. So go to thedolcediet.com. It's like the GPS for your body. Also, 2 more days left. The Dolce Diet Certification and Fitness Conference. Go right now to dolcedietshop.com. If you want to become the next DDC, work with me and my team, become our endorsed local professional in your region, and lots of huge perks with that. Go to dolcedietshop.com. Use the Save 1K promo code to save $1,000 right now. Save 1K. We got 3 spots and we're going to blow them out today. I appreciate you guys. Until next time. Boom.